All right, good morning all. It's currently 5:45, in which, yes, it is bloody early. You can see that I'm dressed. I'm going to the Entrepreneurs Summit, which if you watched yesterday's video all the way through, you would have seen that I said that I'm going to it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you with me. I'm not sure how much updating I'll get to when I'm actually there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to update you in the car, what I'm looking to get out of the event, my goals, who I'm looking to meet, what I'm looking to do. And then I'll definitely update on the car on the way back, just the lessons I learned, things that were made apparent to me, and people that I met, which was cool. So I'll take you throughout the day. I'm excited to see how it is, excited to learn, excited to meet people. I'll take you through, and I'll see you guys when I'm in the car on the way there. I paused the music, even though music was pumping. Let me put you up in here. I hope that works. I hope you can see me all right. It is still dark. It's 6:15 currently, and I hope the microphone isn't coming through the car. If it is, then oops. What I'm going to do is when I get home at the end of the day as well, I'm going to sit down with the microphone so it's easy to understand. You know exactly what I'm saying. The clarity with which I'm speaking is so much better because I'm in the car right now and I'm using a mic, so the audio is good. But I'm on the way there, and I want to talk through my thoughts going into it as an 18-year-old entrepreneur, what I'm looking to get out of it, how I approach who I'm looking to meet. Now, I can't remember, and what I'm going to do is, before you go to these events, always research who is going and who you would like to meet. Always have a short list. Who of the speakers do you want to speak to outside? And then make an effort to introduce yourself to them, to speak to them, to get to connect with them, and then to build a starting relationship. Because you never know who you meet at these events. At the last one at DMA, I met some incredible people. And there was one of the guys there, Will Wang. He was an absolute legend. There were a couple of people who were absolute legends who I met, connected with, and guess what? Now they're future contacts, and people who I can message will answer my questions, if whatever. So how I'm approaching it is, I'm gonna walk through the list of speakers and who will be there, and then I'm gonna be like, all right, this speaker. Oh no! Oh, I need to get in front of this car because they're not getting in front of me. And just not. Okay, I might actually have to cut something out of my video for the first time ever. I haven't had to do that before, but that is just way too much. I'm sorry for wasting your time with that. But how I'm approaching it is, have a look at the speakers. Memorize their name so that you can go up to them, say, hey, name, I'm Jack, I'm 18, love what you did, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. In these events, it is seriously all your energy. In speaking to people, people love it. Now, what I feel like I did so well last time, because I was there by myself, guess what? I either looked like a loner and not speak to anyone, or I had to get up and do something and just speak to someone, which is what I ended up doing. And I made heaps of friends, heaps of people. And honestly, I froth it. I think it's so fun. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a look through the speakers. And what I'll do is when I'm in the car on the way back, I'm going to talk through who the speakers are, what they do, and what businesses they run, what they talked about. I don't know what it's going to be like. This one's free. I think there's going to be a lot of offering of things. There's probably going to be a lot of offers to buy. I don't see myself buying anything here. But I'm really, probably a lot of selling. I'm interested to see what it's like. Holy, these guys are going slow. But I'm 15 minutes away from the train station now. I think I'm going to miss the train that I was meant to get, but who cares? Honestly, I'm really excited. Now, in terms of people I'm looking to meet, people of all kinds. I'm not very close-minded with who I want to meet. I'm interested in meeting anyone and everyone there. Because I am young, I know absolutely nothing, I know the least in the room. It is my job to ask questions and to learn things. What do you do? What do you know that I don't know and that can help me? So it is so important that going into this, I remove all ego. I am no one, I have done nothing, I'm just here to learn. I'm here to learn and meet some cool people. And I'll learn this over time. It's only the second event I'm going to. And my approach going into it may be different from the time when I go in 10 events time, or 20 events time, 50 events time. But that's my approach now. So what I'll do is I'll update you in the car ride back, or if I get a chance to film when I'm there, I'll do that. But hopefully the visuals is all right. If not, then I just know what I'll have to do. But I'll see you guys in the next.
Aaron's strategy helped us to then turn around from a business that went from highs to low, and all of a sudden, remember now, this has been 12 months since we met him, to now hitting our first $1 million just from one strategy.
Watch this.
So in the space of a year and a half of knowing Aaron, we've gone from a $30,000 company business into now a $1.3 million.
What a tool.
In COVID.
Alrighty, guys. Don't mind the hair. Got a haircut a couple of days ago and it sort of does whatever the hell it wants. I think it looks awful. But we still ball. And I know I said this morning that I was going to send an update in the car on the way back. But I didn't feel like it. I just wanted to drive. And to be honest, the music was pumping. So I just thought I'd keep it going and do a proper sit-down video tonight, which I'm doing right now for you. So today it was the Entrepreneurs Summit. It was ran by a guy called Aaron Sansoni, who is meant to be, he calls himself Mr. Empire, which, take that as you will. Honestly, before going in, me and my mate, Lucas, we met some cool people on the outside, which was good. It's always really good to see the types of people you meet at these events because they come from all walks of life. You get people from different nationalities doing different things, entrepreneurs, some non-entrepreneurs, people wanting to start businesses, people already running successful businesses. You get everything. So it was really interesting to see who was there. What do they do? What are they trying to do? And then just understand these other people, get to know them. I find myself personally, I tend to ask a lot of questions and learn a lot about the other people. I don't really like to talk about myself in this situation too much because I'm 18. I'm trying to learn. I know nothing, right? So I'm just trying to get as much out of these other people as I can. I'm trying to get to know them. What do they do? What can I learn from you? Sort of thing. And everyone I speak to, they love to talk about themselves. So, but honestly, met some incredible people doing the same things as myself, people doing stuff slightly differently. It's cool to hear all of these different things. I met a really cool guy who is also doing an agency similar to myself and had a really good conversation to him. There were a couple of interesting stories about one guy who was there just to network. I don't even think he was part of the event, but he was not good at networking. Like, he did not speak with clarity. Tried to sell me on something which he couldn't even explain. He said obviously a million times when nothing was obvious. But disregard that. I'm going to go into the event. So the event itself, beginning, first talk, Aaron Sansoni himself was awesome. I think the first hour and a bit of his talk was really cool. I mean, it's just good to be in that environment. He's a very high energy guy. He told a good story. It was interesting. He was talking about how starting a business, buying new businesses, and how there's a massive wealth transfer happening, especially within Australia. 60% of businesses within Australia are run by people aged over 60. So they're all looking to retire soon. So there's an opportunity to buy these businesses and get a hold of these businesses. They're already making money. And guess what? You don't need to buy them. There are ways to structure deals so that you can get a hold of the business called vendor financing or seller financing, where you create a deal where they get paid out over a particular amount of time, which I actually want to look into. And so his talk was all about that. What I will say, he's an absolute incredible speaker. He spoke for 2 hours, maybe just over, nonstop, and barely touched his water. My mouth would have been dry. My mouth is already starting to get dry from just doing this. And this guy spoke for 2 hours straight, barely having water. And he is an incredible salesman. The way he sold, I mean, what he did, how he did it, was he talks about building an empire and having multiple businesses, multiple different income streams, which is what he does. I think he's called Mr. Empire, which I think is funny. Me and Lucas, we first heard that and we sort of looked at each other like, okay, let's see how he is. Let's see what he's about. But he talked about building an empire, multiple businesses, multiple income streams, and how an empire is having both of those things, and an empire mindset. Find a way to get management within a business so that you don't have to run it. You're not in it, but you own it. So it was really interesting. He ended up at the end of his speech, or end of his talk, keynote, call it whatever you want. He sold a program got something in the teeth. My teeth, hopefully you can't see it. But he sold a 4-day event where he walks through how to actually, I can't remember if it was buy businesses, build an empire. It was how to build an empire. So 4-day proper event. It was $6,000. Within it, he had a couple of bonuses like this course, templates, frameworks, coaching call, all of these different things, which honestly, if that's what I was trying to do, I would love to do it. It's $6,000. He did the Russell Brunson stack, value, this much value, this much value. You know what? I'm going to get this insane guarantee if you don't feel like you got $500,000 worth of value. Something insane. He's very good at what he does. And after it, there were heaps of people who went to the back and actually bought it. So he would have made hundreds of thousands from that event. And majority came from the VIPs, so people who paid to go to the event. Because it's a common thing in the business world is buyers are buyers, full stop. Whether you spend $1 or $200, if you sell another thing, those people who spent money are more likely to spend more money. Because the ones who came for free, they're not likely to because they're not in a buying mindset. But people who've already spent money, they are. So majority of those were people who were VIPs. They loved it. Which, if that's what you're trying to do, there would have been some insane value for it. So I don't blame them for doing it. Great salesman. It dragged on a little bit. And I mean, I knew exactly what he was doing, so it sort of turned me off. However, exceptional speaker, exceptional salesman. The couple of the other speakers were a bit boring, and there wasn't too much from it. A lot of it was people shilling their own products and scan this QR code, do this, so you can get this, and awesome, now we have your contact info, here's how you can upgrade, this, that, and the other, which I also expected. It's a free event, so how are they going to make money? Guess what? They're going to sell at it, which I'd find a way to do that if I was presenting at the event as well. So I don't blame them. And I don't think we can blame them or fault them. So one thing that was really cool was there was a panel. And two of those people were the Grief brothers. I'm not sure if you've seen them. One of the guys, Jacques Grief, I believe his name is. I've been seeing him all over social media. I follow him. He sold his business for $180 million. And he's posting a lot now. But I actually really enjoyed that panel there were these 4 different people. So the two Grief brothers, this lady who was good, and this guy called Nick, I believe. And that was actually really interesting. I enjoyed that. Andrew Banks was there. He was cool. What he talked about was, the main thing I took was when hiring within your business, you want to hire the character, the person, the culture, and the fit, not the resume. Because the amount of times people hire off resume and then the person comes in and they're not a good fit at all is incredible. Like, just people do it and then it doesn't work. Most hires do not work. So then he now places very little importance on resume, and he says that if in a business you shouldn't, based on the character of the person, the culture fit within the company, and how you think they would fit into what you're trying to do. So that was really interesting. Overall, glad I went. I mean, it was a free event, always a good chance to meet new people. I love meeting new people and interacting. And sometimes it can get a little bit circle jerky where people are networking for the sake of networking. And networking at a certain level, when you're not progressing with it at all, can be a little bit of mental masturbation, just wasting time rather than actually getting to work. One of the guys there, I won't say his name, but he was trying to get me into this networking group thing, but he couldn't explain what it was. And he's like, oh, this is selection process. He kept saying, obviously. I now have a complete pet peeve for people who say obviously when nothing about what they're saying is obvious. Do not say that. If I'm around anyone and they ever say obvious, where something isn't obvious, and if I ever say it, which I've gotten it to the habit of saying in the past, call me out. You know what? If you're next to me, slap me. Because I think it's one of the most stupid things. Like, it's so unintelligent. Anyone on the other side goes, hold on, what the hell about what you just said is obvious? That's little tangent, separate issue. I could go on about that all day. I'll do that in another video because I just wanted to run through the summit. But met some incredible people. Said hi to Andrew Banks, which was cool. He was in a conversation, so I couldn't really entertain that for too long. I say too long. For more than 2 seconds. But honestly, it was cool. And then after it, went for some nice dinner after. But learnt quite a few good things. Let me grab the notebook, actually. It's just on my bed. If you can see that pile of clothes, don't worry, that'll get cleaned up. I only just entered back in the room. So a couple of pages. yeah, it was on empire building. He talks about starting business, buying a business, and then getting equity in businesses. Two ways to scale. One is through marketing, but the best way is through acquisition, the acquisition of other companies. And he talked about a bit how to do that. It was a lot about the what, not the how. He obviously sells the how, which is what everyone does. So you can't fault him on that. Empire mindset he talked about, and that's being on the offensive, going on the offensive to try and do this, that, and the other. Yeah, four ways to make money or do acquisitions. One is make the deal on entry. So structure a deal where you're buying the business for less than it's actually worth. For example, if it's worth $100,000 a business, you're buying it for $90,000. Guess what? If you buy into that for $90,000, it's worth $100,000. You've made $10,000 because you bought it for 10% less than it's actually worth. Again, every day, trying to get everyday cash and structuring the deal so you're getting paid. Empire integration, which is just his fancy way of saying horizontal integration using different products, services, so you can make more money, as well as money on exit. So I didn't get too many notes from this one. If I'm going to be completely honest, I thought DMA was so much more valuable. Just the people I met. I mean, it was all within my industry, so of course it's going to be more valuable. It was all tactical strategies and all marketing. So every day of the week, I'm going to find that more valuable. You never know who you're going to meet at these things. I'd still choose to go every single time, simply because these things are so valuable. Like, you never know who you're going to meet. Business partners, business opportunities, that one piece of information that helps you scale to the next level, all of it. I think if you don't go to these things, then you're silly. Now, it can get to a stage where you go to too many and you don't do anything from them. The most important thing is taking things and then implementing it, which I'm going to try and do. Now, I enjoyed today. Oh, I wanted to say this. I found this so interesting because he's a great salesman. It was... got something anyway. Nah, I'll get it out. I'm gonna go have a shower right after this, actually. But I looked at Aaron Sensoni's Instagram. He's got 1.2 million followers, which I thought, wow, jeez, how have I never heard of this bloke before? That's incredible. And then I looked at his posts. Every single post, obviously some a bit more. Like one with Russell Brunson had, not Russell Brunson, Russell Brand. No, not Russell Brand. What's his name? Guy who founded Virgin, the Virgin Group. Not Russell Brunson. Russell Branson. I've had a complete mind blank there, so forgive me. On his Instagram posts, majority were between 60 to 80,000. And of those posts, he has almost as many likes on the posts as he does views. So I am 100% sure that he is buying likes on Instagram. Which, if he's buying likes with the amount of followers he has, and if he's buying views for that, like, there's no underperforming ones, I think he's buying views and followers as well. Which, holy red flag. Yeah, couple of red flags with it all, to be honest. But can't fault him. Makes a shit ton of money. Did well at the event. Would have made hundreds of thousands. I can see myself doing an event like that in the future, but obviously I'd do it in not a shady way. I'd do it in my own way, my own fun way, where you have to be serious and give incredible value, but also take the piss a bit as well. I think it's important to be fun. And by taking the piss, I don't mean just being completely stupid, but I mean I don't even know yet. I don't even know. But today, what is today? Is it day... I think it's day 17. Forgive me if I got that wrong. But it was cool to go to the Entrepreneur Summit. Now back to doing work. Locking in. Tomorrow's Saturday. Guess what? We don't get the day off. We never do. But who cares? I don't want to anyway. I just want to work. I want to scale this thing. I want to freaking take it as far as I can. I want to get to Bali. But I want a new laptop as well. I'm rewarding myself with that once I hit a certain level of revenue. But today's day 17. Hope I could share some insight and hope that helped, or maybe I just went round in circles the whole time. I don't know. Let me know. I will never be mad at someone if they comment and go, Jack, what the hell are you talking about there? Or holy round and round in circles. Like, get to the point, mate. Get to the point quicker. But guess what? I'm getting better. I'll get better over time. But today was day 17, I think. Don't crucify me if it's not. Went to the Entrepreneur Summit, had a good time, met some cool people, got some new contacts. And I will see you guys tomorrow for day 18, I believe. So I'll see you then.